Hi, beautiful people. This is Tamika Armstrong. I just came on. I'm really trying to do like a test run. Yes, I'm in my bed and I have my hair wrapped in a silk scarf because I have twists up under my hair. I don't know what I'm gonna title these stories or how I'm gonna tell my life stories because I know they're interesting stories because they're real. I was gonna take loose my twists and you know, but I said this real raw, uncut, unfiltered, unedited. I guess I could say, how did I get here? And the reason why I say that is because I'm a college graduate. I actually completed my degree in 3 years. Um, I didn't start grad school exactly when I got out because I became a little discouraged too. I was a little bit overwhelmed because while I was completing my undergrad in 3 years, I was also attending another school to get a certificate program. So I was taking like 16 hours at one school and with six two classes at another school, which was 6 hours. So yeah, I had no life, but I was able to do that and to maintain because I was living on my own. I was stress free. Everything was in line. Um, some things that I didn't understand, I guess, I had a very good time. A lot of things I was doing, I'm not ashamed of. It's what America does. Yeah, I was puff puff. That was one of my weaknesses, but that's something I've always struggled with that I always wanted to stop. Um, like I say, how did I get here? So I guess you could say I was burned out from completing my undergrad so quickly in psychology, by the way. And then I was doing, go figure. um, I was trying to get a certificate in addiction counseling. Go figure, right? Yeah. Oh, truth, truth, truth. It is so true. Um, and I guess I got burned out. So once I completed my undergrad, um, I had no desire to go to school. So my journey began. I met a friend. She came here to Albany because I was going to the football games, and me and her clicked. When I tell you I had the most amazing time in Atlanta, would I do it again? Oh yeah. Would I relive that again? Oh yeah. Because there's nothing that I've done in my past that I regret. If you've done something in your past that you regret, then you should have never did it. So that's not me. Um, went to Atlanta. Before I went to Atlanta, I did get a job right out of school, and that was working as an engineering for the city of Albany, where I was the person who would come and inspect your home for property taxes, whether that is, um, you know, commercial or residential. But mainly I did residential. Never had done this work before. Someone gave me a chance. And I was so eager to get out of Albany. I worked that for about 6 months to a year, I think, because it's been a while. And I decided to go to Atlanta. My first mistake was moving and staying with this person. I should have been finding my own place, my own space and place. But hey, you live and you learn. That's a lesson. That's something I never do again. I'll tell about my situation now, but I guess this is gonna lead up until as the as I said, how did I get here? Um, went to Atlanta, had a blast. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of entertainers. That's why I'm not so eager not saying in a bad way, to meet people, and I'll explain that why. Because I had this troll that was, I guess, they've never been used to anything. Girl, it's not that serious. But anywho, I worked, as I said, as an engineer here with property taxes, where I measure your house. I actually had to measure your house, draw a three-dimensional of residential homes, and what we call lots is parcels. So blah blah blah. Did that after I went to Atlanta. As I said, my mistake was moving with someone, because you don't know people until you get around them and stay with them. The true colors will come out. I read a quote say, "Time will expose the real." It definitely will. So that was a mistake. Um, I don't know. I came back home and I just felt like a failure, but it all made sense. Because my mom and brother were still living. And that was my purpose, to be here for them. Um, I've been through a lot. I'm not ashamed of nothing. What I'm ashamed of is being nice to people who never had any intentions of being nice to me or even helping me, if you want to put it that way. I'm not mad. I'm not going to bash anybody. I'm mad at myself for that I let my guard down, being too nice. But, at first I beat myself up for a while, like why I couldn't get out of this city. I don't want to stay here. And then I didn't understand, but I knew as a child that I could see things that other people couldn't see. I could see through people, like, not literally, but I could see people were not who they say they were. And I didn't understand that. I'm glad my mom introduced me to going to church, and I loved it. But when you have a church hurt at a young age, kind of put a bit of taste in your mouth. I went to my church faithfully. I was in all types of things at the church. I think what made me became, I'm talking about what my church, my stories, my truth. While I was in school, as I've always done, I paid my tithes and been an active member of that church since I joined that church when I was 5 years old. So it wasn't even about presents or what you could get. When you come in our church, it was a pretty, I would say not a mega church, but a good sized church. But I was known in that church because I was always in the choir. I did things in my church. And one of the people that was on the committee at our church, what I mean by is when you come in our church and you graduated or any type of accolades, they would put it on the wall. That's all that I wanted to show. So when my mama walked through there, she could see it. Paying my tithes now, in the church, active, going every. I was the one they left the name off. They left my name off. And you got somebody on that didn't even graduate that semester. I'm gonna keep that to myself. What I really, really want to say, because I might get banned off of YouTube for saying it. But yeah, I don't have a dislike, but I can see through people. Because this is one particular pastor. I was listening to him, but I just could never, and I was right about him. Some things were exposed. I was right about him. But anywho, like I said, how did I get here? So at first, I kind of was like, Out of all this time, being obedient, doing what I was supposed to do, going to this church, being a participant, doing right, paying my tithes and offering. And you all couldn't even put my name on the, and it was nothing. Just put it on the board. The secretary knew this, but then that's another story. I don't even know why she forgot my name when she should have, because your daughter was stealing from the church. That's another story, because I'm going to say this. I don't even understand how she was getting the checks out the checkbook if you was the secretary and she was getting checks, stealing checks in between. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Moving right along. Yeah, so that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Not a bitter taste with God. It's just the people that was at that church. So, as I said, went to Atlanta, came back. I know my purpose was to be here. And I spent those years with my mama and my baby brother. He was the closest thing that I had to a child. I don't regret it. Not at all. At first, I did. I regretted the fact of not being able to get away from this city. But I had to look back and say, wow, you did a lot of amazing things. You met a lot of amazing people. Some that I still have contact with, you know. But I guess that's where the discernment come in, that I did not know and understand, or understood until I got older what it was. You know, I'm glad that I went through the things that I went through. I'm glad that everything that happened in my life had to happen. That made me pray even more. And it revealed a whole lot of things to me. One in particular, it revealed a whole lot. As I said, I'm not on here to smash or bash anyone. I'm just going to tell my truth. I spoke about the church because that's my experience. And it really happened. But as I said, this is just like a test run. I just wanted to see, because, I'm on all social media platforms. And I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. I want to showcase like lifestyle, beauty, fashion, those things, DIYs, crafts. Not telling stories in a way of degrading anyone, by no means. Of course, I'm going to tell my stories because I'm of an age where I have lots of stories. Because I'm going to clear up a lot of things. Because a lot of people have lied on me over the years. They've made it into their version. Something so simple, and they've turned it so big. Like, just unreal. And I've had people, some of those people that have lied on me have actually came back and apologized. That's the craziest thing. That's what makes it like, wow, you know. That's how come I know. Only thing I can say, whoever's watching this that may be going through a struggle like I did, because although I've graduated and worked on my master's, I have like 5 classes, I've had good jobs. My life has been a real struggle. And I am going to talk about how I survived the month of October of 2023, which was probably one of the hardest months, besides losing my mom and my brother. Yeah, that was enough. Everything that I went through has allowed me to survive and be at this place I am. I've hid behind those smiles on my social media channels. I'm on all social media channels. If you go to my community tab on this channel, if you happen to watch or come across this video, it will tell you the different channels I'm on. I'm just trying to survive. I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell how I survived the month of October of 2023. I mean, it was, when I say every twist and turn there could be, there was every twist and turn. And then I'll tell my life as a gig worker and how I ended up in, I think, one of the worst struggles of my life. So, but anywho, I hope that my stories can uplift and encourage someone. I can say this: whatever your religion is, believe in it. Be prayerful. Prayer really works. Prayer changes things. Because I was looking for a way of how can I pray about everything. How can I create and build better content? How can I generate income web and stay in my own lane, being true and authentic to myself? I have a lot of things that I'm crafted up. I'm saying in my lane, things that I like: beauty, fashion, lifestyle, cooking, DIYs. Not a chef. Let me put that out because, words can be twisted. Ideas can be taken and twisted. You may not be good enough, but people they ain't gonna show can steal your ideas and make them their own when they got money. But anywho, that's another story. As I said, this is a test run. I just wanted to see what I can, how I can create and, you know, tell my stories from my point of view. But that's just a snippet. There's lots more to come. Lots more to come. It seemed like the situation I'm in, this has happened twice. This has happened twice. But anywho, I hope everyone stays prayed up. Stay true to yourself. Find things that you like, your compassion. And I must give a shout out to this young lady. I have watched her videos, and I will say she is absolutely right. And I'll tell this, I couldn't afford to buy your ebooks or anything else. Nothing. I would have loved to because you have it for such a low price. But something you said today when I was looking on YouTube that conveyed with me and stuck with me, and you said that or let people see you in your, which is true. I always speak about raw, unfiltered, uncut, unedited, and this is raw as it gonna get. This is my truth. You know, you can hide behind a lot of things, but I was tired of it. It just wasn't making sense. And I want to give a shout out. Her name is Peach McIntyre. She said she was talking about a young lady who I guess a lot of people was probably giving her a lot of flack for a mom having 5 kids in one. Um, in one room or one bedroom apartment. I came from worse than that. The projects for me was an upgrade. So thank you, Peach McIntyre. I know you don't need the recognition, but I just like the motivation, what you said today, and that just got me. And like I said, I'm at home. I'm not about to take loose my hair just to create content, honey. This is real. But anywho, again, whoever this can help, if this can encourage someone, just be you, be true, stay prayed up. And I'm gonna tell a lot more about my struggles because it has not been easy. I'll say from the time of April up until now, I don't know how I survived. And I mean how I really survived. Because when I tell what my struggle, because I'm going to tell it. But anywho, you beautiful people have a good day. And peace out. This is Tamika Armstrong.